Hey, Derek Upstone here for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily, and today is September the 20th, and we have NFL betting trends to cover, along with the line moves that go along with those, plus not one, but two NFL Thursday games to talk about. Actually, not NFL. We have an NFL and a college football game to talk about on Thursday, so we're going to get to that here in a minute. And I got free picks with those as well, two free picks, 245 and 240 here. What do I got here? 245, 254, and 208 on free picks. Pretty darn good. Okay, I'm not choosing the games per se. I'm letting the line move determine that, and I make the picks then accordingly. So we'll continue with those here in a second, and wanted to also say that Vegas Pro Insiders Daily Inner Circle members, $99 a month. Right now they're getting Kyle Hunter's picks 6-0 in his last 6 best bets. Dennis Macklin had another winner. I'm going to step into the rings. I'm not big on baseball this time of year, but I'm going to step in the ring. I got a game I like tonight, so that's out there. Plus Sean Higgs and Jimmy Mack also tearing it up to do well. $99 a month. Plus, you get all those picks. Plus, Wise Guy picks, super systems, in-season systems, all kinds of stuff. Power ratings. I mean, we got the whole regalia here. $99 a month. As I've mentioned before, do the math. Okay, you can figure out what that costs you per day. It's next to nothing. So, hey, let's get started here and looking at some of these NFL games to begin with. And we're going to start with Pittsburgh and Chicago. On this one, the total has come down from 46 to 44 on that. And it's fairly simple to actually understand why. Pittsburgh's offense still is not in harmony yet, still working out to get all the pieces together. And the Chicago Bears offense is averaging 12 points per game. We know what their quarterback situation is. We know what their talent level is. No surprise here. The Steelers are 10-2 as a road favorite the last 3 years, and the Bears are 29-13 off a road loss by 14 or more. Okay, 89% of bettors are on the under. Next up, here's one for you. Woo! Cleveland and Indianapolis. Now, a lot of people, when they saw that the Browns were favored against Indianapolis, probably fell out of their chairs or they were spewing liquid, whatever it was, okay? Because the Browns is favorite. It's been a while, okay? And especially on the road. 2014 to be exact, against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now, they started off at opening at 2.5. People just couldn't take it, okay? They have moved the Brownies down to either -1 or a pick. So the Browns now are kind of more beige, okay, at this point. Not such a deep color anymore. Now, in this situation, the odds makers, I don't think, are wrong by their original line, because if you look at the talent level of both teams, again, looking at the roster, I could make the case for that. I think that the Browns are right. But teams in this situation that are almost always underdogs, when put into a role of favorites, they seldom succeed. Okay, so 52% of the people are on Indianapolis at this moment. Next, we have Denver and Buffalo. Denver has gone from -1 up to -3, and boy, that defense is back, at the same level that it's been when they went to the Super Bowl, and not so much last year, but when they went to the Super Bowl and won the whole thing. So they're terrific, and with Buffalo having such a dearth of playmakers, that makes sense. But I think where the game really changes is the new Denver offense. Much more efficient. Offensive line, John Elway did a great job of getting the right players in place to rebuild that. Big running game now. Trevor Siemian in the passing game, short passing game in particular. That makes a lot of sense to me. 91% of the public is betting on Denver in terms of tickets written. Next, we will proceed to the NFC South. New Orleans against Carolina. Now, looking at this one, the total has come down from 49 to 47. Carolina's defense, if you watched them last year, they gave no effort in a lot of games, especially when they got behind. But this defense is really good player-wise. And so those guys, the front seven, which didn't always play hard, is now giving that kind of effort, and it shows. And that young secondary, that they had, that, they gave them a lot of problems even last year. Well, those guys are growing up, and they're still young guys. Now they're just talented. Okay, so that's a big reason for that. Cam Newton, missed basically all of camp, except for a few practices, but didn't throw the ball. He still looks like he's going through camp in terms of how he's playing, missing receivers and stuff. So I get the whole point of the total going down 2 points. The concern here is the New Orleans defense, which flat out stinks. Okay, no good at all. Okay, I'm not sure where I want to go with this one later. 93% of the public, though, does like the under on that game. Now we're going to head to Tennessee, where Seattle is going to play a visit to Nashville. The Seahawks right now have given up one defensive touchdown, or I'm sorry, they have given up one offensive touchdown, and their offense has 2 touchdowns. Not very good. So in a game like this, the total did go down from 44 to 42.5. Now, my initial thought was to go contrarian on this one, thinking that Tennessee's can score. Okay, I do like their offense, Marcus Mariota. And Seattle, at some point, has to start scoring, right? I mean, come on. They have to start scoring. But then when I saw that Corey Davis and DeMarco Murray both have hamstring injuries, are questionable for this week, at least early in the week, I just can't pull the trigger here. So 89% of the people are on the under. And at this moment, I'm not going to say they're wrong. Finally, of these types of games, we have the Los Angeles Chargers are going to, in their massive stadium, are going to be hosting the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, evidently, the rookie kicker for the Chargers is back. He must be really kicking the ball well in practice. So he's got his confidence back because the total shot up from 45.5 all the way to 47.5. So with that being the case, it's got to be him, right? Well, you know what? It probably isn't. Young Hoo Koo, as he is known as, he's struggling. He's missed some couple of crucial field goals. So I think it has to do more with the Kansas City offense that's averaging 34.5 points per game the first 2 games. That is the driving force for this total to go up. But here's a fact. I have no idea right now who to take on this total. But here's something you can't ignore. It's not going to help you this game, by the way. So just so you understand that, is that the whatever the total was in the first game since 2010, it has been exactly the same in the second game, whether it's been over or under. So maybe that's where the tell is, to try and figure out what's going to happen. Like I said, it won't help you for this game, but it'll help you in the future. Hey, let's move ahead to the Thursday night action where the breathtaking Los Angeles Rams are going to take on the San Francisco 49ers. Boy, I can't wait for the NFL Network on that one. The total on this is gone from 42 to 39.5. Makes a great deal of sense to me. San Francisco cannot score. They have no playmakers. They have no quarterback. The Rams have a modest ability to score, but the San Francisco defense has been pretty good so far. 17.5 points per game allowed, so that's pretty solid. So these teams are 4-1 under. I'm going to lean with the under on this one. That's how I'm seeing it. Certainly will not be a big play. Now let's move over to some college football action. It's also going to be on Thursday night. We got not exactly a monster game, ACC action though, with Temple against South Florida. Now Temple is not the same team that we have seen the past couple of years. They I think won one championship. Participated in another. I mean, they were a good team. This group isn't so much. Defensively, they're much slower than what they've been, so the recruiting obviously was starting to falter a little bit. And offensively, new offense going into place. South Florida, Quentin Flowers, real deal, really great two-way quarterback. They have gone from minus 17.5, they referring to South Florida, I should say, minus 17.5 to minus 19.5. I'll give the points on that one, especially at home. Those guys can roll. They got the offense. They do make mistakes, but I think they have enough. I think they'll win by at least 3 touchdowns. The total also took a big jump, 58.5 to 63. I still will support the over on that one. I like both of those. So, hey, that's everything we have for today. So this is Doug Upstone for Vegas Pro Insiders Daily. Consider an Inner Circle membership at Vegas Pro Insider Daily. That's all I got. We'll talk to you soon. I'm out.